Perception. The ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. A way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something, aka a mental impression. I specifically want to talk about the perception of people, the people around you, and of course, yourself. The way you perceive yourself. Whether you like it or not, the people around you will feed into the way you see yourself and view life. And more often than not, that's where insecurities arise. You talk with a group of people, and then someone stops you to let you know that you're talking too much. Boom! Just like a video game achievement popping up, you now have a new perception of yourself based on this interaction. Next time you talk to others, you now stop to think, am I talking too much? Am I being annoying? Etc. Plenty of examples. It's a shame because the original person who said this might have not meant it that way. It's something we see and hear a lot. It's just a joke. I'm just kidding. Come on, lighten up. When in fact, it's not a very funny joke now, is it? Might be funny from the outside looking in, but you have to keep in mind that a joke has a punchline. The punchline being you. You are the punchline. And yeah, those jokes are fine every now and then between people that are very close to you and you guys are just teasing, etc. I'm more so talking when it's a new environment, new people, and then there's this one dimwit that thinks they're close enough to throw you under the bus for a laugh. And even then, those jokes might not be fine with people you deem close to you. Why? Well, repetition plays a key role. Teasing you here and there can be funny, but if the teasing is constantly the exact same thing, then yeah, an insecurity will arise. Because if they keep feeling the need to point it out, then maybe it is something bothersome. Sorry, I've kind of been on this point for a little while. Let me keep it moving. I just want to make sure I have the right people along for the ride. What I'm trying to say is perception plays a big role in the kind of person you are. Perceptions of others affect the perceptions of yourself. The punchline example was a light one. I want to go a bit further. Because life goes on and these kinds of things happen multiple times. They stack up and sometimes you feel like it's deserving. You've done or said something stupid and so yeah, they're calling me dumb for a reason. It's out of love. It's because they care. They're giving me tough love, etc. Because I need fixing. I'm broken and I don't know how to put myself back together. Come on, sit down, let's have a talk with Max. Yappin with Max, episode 3. Welcome back. As you can see from the last time I saw you, I've kind of been on a bit of a spending spree. I mean, you can't blame me. It's been almost a whole year. Oof. For those new, Yappin with Max is a series where I sit on my bedroom floor and yap about various topics that all somehow relate to my webtoon, Akane. Link in bio. But I mean, more so, I feel like as I go on with this series and just yap about various topics, the more it just becomes about whatever Max wants to yap about and less about my comic. I just feel like I need to, point it out because, it's kind of my whole shtick. The reason I wanted to make a video like this is because I think it's a really good topic for my quest to spread love. And secondly, just search up, can I love someone that feels broken? There's a stupid AI that answers it, and then under it, of course, you'll find multiple links talking about it. The first link I clicked on was from a Reddit post going over how it's impossible to love someone broken. I was reading through the post and many comments people left under it. Everyone agreeing with it. That sometimes someone is just too broken to love properly. That they tried their best to help them out. Tried to find the pieces to help put them back together. But they were just too wounded. Too damaged. The sad part was seeing someone who viewed themselves that way agreeing. Blaming themselves for past relationships. Many people view themselves that way. This idea of holding so much baggage that they're impossible to deal with. It's impossible for them to ever be normal again. And then there's those that are on the other side. That want to help, but obviously don't know how to. But they try Tough love seems to always be the last-ditch effort, since I believe it comes from a place of frustration more than anything. Not frustrated with the person, but with themselves, since they feel so powerless. But again, I bring it back up to you, dear viewer. Perception. Someone is on fire. Hey, you're on fire. Gee, you think they don't know that? Burning hurts. Time for me to merge these two topics together now the best way I can. The Max way. Nerd shit, duh. I'm a comic creator. Read Akane, link in bio. I feel like I should go like in order, like The Boxer. The Boxer is written and illustrated by J.H., most well known for his work on The Horizon. The Boxer is a story that... Get back in there. The Boxer is written and illustrated by J.H., most well known for his work on The Horizon. The Boxer is a story that follows multiple main characters throughout the course of its story. These characters always come back to the central character, that being you. The Boxer is simple. It's a story about boxing. But of course, it delves into way more than that. It uses boxing as an outlet to tell a story or to get a point across. The central character, you, is someone who's been through it. He's someone who feels all alone and questions his purpose in life. He just so happens to get into boxing thanks to this psychotic coach, and from there on out he attempts to figure out his place in the world through boxing. You is a genius when it comes to the sport. He almost always one-taps his opponent, and throughout the whole story he's never once been hit in the ring. He's just that good. But does you enjoy boxing? No, not really. I like that his first official fight is against this character named John, nicknamed the Rookie Crusher. He plays the role of the bad guy because that's what the audience sees him as, even though deep down that's not who he is. He's someone kind-hearted who loves to box but feels like the only way he can keep boxing is to become the person the crowd views him as. A bad guy. Perception. Through repetition, it's inescapable, and that's exactly what this first fight goes over. That in the eyes of the crowd, this emotionless, lonely genius of a boxer is just that. The devil. I love that as the arcs go on and Yu climbs the weight classes, he's illustrated more and more like some kind of demon. He progressively gets darker and darker as the series goes on. An unstoppable force of nature that feels alone, and what's more alone than the top. He gets desperate by the end, wanting to see the light he had once witnessed as a kid. He hopes it'll give him some purpose as to why he's put into this dark, gloomy world. Why does he exist and why does he suffer? Because of all of this and his terrible childhood, Yu is afraid to let people get close to him. He's afraid to be hurt, which is shown through his boxing matches. He's never once been hit, always dodging and keeping his distance, showing that he doesn't let people get close enough to hurt him. But life without vulnerability and relationships feels empty and colorless. Up until the final fight, that being Yu versus Jay, which I wouldn't really call a fight since it's clearly one-sided, but it's one-sided for a reason. Jay views Yu for who he truly is. He's not some devil or monster or freak of nature. He's just a lonely, crying child, hurt by the world. The point I'm trying to get to is that no, you can't fix someone. It's not that simple to just view someone as a broken plate that needs to be put back together. We are human. Life will kick our ass in different ways, and that means we'll all deal with things differently. And trying to help by fixing someone that's broken, even though doing it out of love and care, can still lead to a toxic perception. Because you are perceiving them that way. Again, you don't think they don't know they're on fire. You can end up coming across as a bit narcissistic, because what? You're perfect and you're not broken and you don't need fixing, but they do? It'll just make them feel more inferior about themselves, and again, feel like when you're trying to help, like they're dragging you down with them. If you truly want to help someone you care about, you need to figure out what your role is in all of this. This person you're trying to help needs the strength to realize that everything good that happens derives from choices. You can't laugh for them, you can't run for them, you can't eat for them, but you can remind them of their value by just looking at them and perceiving them in a normal way, because that's who they are. They are a human with tons of pain just like you. And by viewing them in a healthy perception, they then will hopefully start seeing themselves in that light. And to the person that feels like they used to be this piece of paper, but life crumbled them up so bad to the point that they're too ruined to ever be perfect again. You're not a piece of paper. You're way more complicated than that. No one is perfect, and everyone has their flaws or something that pulls on their heart. The only one who expects you to be perfect is yourself. There's this post I found on TikTok by this creator, which I thought was really neat when it came to describing perfectionism. Perfectionism is not excellence. It's fear in disguise. Perfectionism whispers this lie: if I look perfect and perform perfectly, I can avoid pain. Pain of being judged, pain of being blamed, pain of being seen as weak. So you try to control everything: your image, your work, your life, not to grow, but to hide. So you're imperfect by trying to be perfect. It's this never-ending mental trap, and the only way to get out of it is to not play by its rules, to accept that no one is perfect, and that includes yourself. And I know it might seem dumb to say, you're not this piece of paper, blah blah blah, like, of course not, I know that, it's just a figure of speech to try and make sense of the way I feel, and yeah, but that doesn't mean you won't take it literally. Again, perception. If you view yourself that way, then that'll be you, according to you. You're more of an abstract piece of art, full of love and talent, but pain and suffering as well. You're not perfect, and that's okay. That's what makes you human. That's what makes you you. Not broken, just a beautiful piece of art. But Max, you say, the main reason I even feel broken and like I can't be fixed is because I tried. I tried my best to, I don't know, stop harming myself, or pushing people away, or start eating, stop getting into toxic relationships, or even then, get out of this dark pit I'm in. But every time I do, I keep falling back into it. I always feel like I need to restart when the people around me don't have to deal with that. And that's okay. You slip, you fall, you need to restart over and over again, and sometimes it feels like you can't see the end of it. No one can understand what you're going through besides yourself, but even through all of this, you're still here, watching this video. You don't choose to push people away just because. You do it out of selflessness, not wanting them to get hurt along with you. And all the times you tried so hard to fix certain aspects of yourself, and you viewed as loss, or actually a victory out of self-love. I mean, come on, everyone has something they need to deal with, something about themselves that they need to learn to properly love, and you do it all the time. Wanting to change for the better means you love yourself. Someone who doesn't love themselves wouldn't go through the effort you've gone through. So, no, you're not broken. You're just human. A human full of love.